Ellie's soft-eared elephant friend. Hello again, sleepyhead. Tonight's story is about Ellie and her very special friend, a gentle elephant with the softest ears in the whole wide world. Ellie had a small gray elephant made of fabric and fluff. His name was Tumba, and he wasn't very big, but he had the softest ears you could ever imagine. So soft, in fact, that Ellie used them as her nighttime pillow. Every evening, just before bed, Ellie would hold Tumba close and gently stroke his ears. They were cooler than her blanket, quieter than the wind, and softer than any feather. Tumba never said much. He didn't squeak or blink or wiggle like some toys. He just stayed still and listened. And that made Ellie love him even more. One night, Ellie couldn't fall asleep. Her room was quiet. The stars were out, but her thoughts were busy like fluttering butterflies. Tumba, can you help? Tumba didn't answer, but Ellie touched his ears slowly, gently, and something happened. She felt calm. She imagined that his soft ears were clouds, floating through the sky, carrying her gently over rooftops. She imagined they were wings, flying low over quiet oceans and whispering forests. She imagined they were blankets, wrapping her whole heart in a hug. As she held Tumba closer, she felt her body relaxing. Her toes got still. Her fingers stopped fidgeting. Her eyes blinked slower. And Tumba's soft ears seemed to glow quietly in the dark, like moonlight you could touch. Ellie drifted off, her breath deep and even, holding the elephant tight. In her dreams, they flew together, her and Tumba, above treetops, through clouds, past sleepy owls and yawning stars. They didn't need to talk. Just soft ears, steady breath, and the quietest feeling of being safe. And when morning came, Tumba was still there, right beside her, just as calm as ever, waiting quietly for bedtime to come again. Now, find your softest thing, little dreamer. Hold it close. Let it carry you, gently and slowly, to sleep. Good night. The yawn that floated away. Hello, sweet dreamer. Tonight's story is about a tiny yawn, one that didn't stay still, but floated away to find someone who needed it. Once upon a still and quiet evening, just as the stars began to appear, a tiny yawn was born. It wasn't a loud yawn, not a big, stretching arms in the air kind of yawn. It was small, soft as a whisper, light as a breeze. This yawn didn't belong to anyone yet. It didn't come from a sleepy bear or a tired child. It just floated into the air. The little yawn looked around and wondered, "Who needs me tonight?" So it drifted gently out of the window, carried by a calm wind, searching. First, it floated over a quiet meadow where rabbits nibbled clover. One of them blinked slowly, but didn't yawn. "Not quite ready," thought the yawn, and moved along. Then it drifted past a tiny cabin where a little girl named Sophie sat curled in her blanket. She was reading her favorite book, eyes blinking slower and slower. The yawn hovered nearby. Sophie rubbed her eyes. Then she let out the softest sound. Ah! That was it. The little yawn had found her. It floated gently into her mouth as she yawned, and right then, Sophie's body relaxed. Her head sank back against her pillow, her fingers stopped turning pages, and the book slipped softly to her side. The yawn wrapped around her like a warm breeze, whispering, "It's time to rest now." Sophie closed her eyes, her thoughts growing quiet, her breath deep and slow. The yawn stayed with her for a moment longer, then quietly slipped out and floated back into the air. It wasn't finished yet. It had more children to visit, more sleepy eyes, more fluttering blinks, more gentle sighs. And so the yawn continued its journey, floating through the night, soft, kind, and patient, because sometimes even a tiny yawn can carry someone gently into a dream. If you feel a little yawn coming soon, let it float gently through you. Then close your eyes, little one. The yawn knows exactly where to go next. Good night. The Teddy Bear Who Waited All Day. Hello, little one. Tonight's story is about a soft teddy bear who waited patiently all day just to cuddle up gently at bedtime. In a small cozy room on a soft blue shelf lived a teddy bear named Toby. Toby was fluffy, brown, and always smiling gently. He had kind, sleepy eyes and was always ready for a hug. Every morning, after the sun rose and filled the room with golden light, Toby would quietly sit and wait. He watched his friend, a little boy named Ben, go about his busy day. Toby never complained. He just waited patiently, knowing bedtime would come again. During the day, Toby watched as Ben played games, built towers, colored pictures, and laughed joyfully. But when evening came, Toby knew his favorite time was near. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky slowly turned dark, Ben's room became quiet. Soon, gentle footsteps approached the shelf, and small hands carefully lifted Toby from his spot. "Hello, Toby," whispered Ben softly. "Sorry to keep you waiting." But Toby didn't mind at all. He was happy just knowing Ben was ready for sleep and cuddles. Together, Ben and Toby climbed into bed, snuggling under a soft blanket. Toby's soft fur pressed gently against Ben's cheek, making him feel warm and safe. Ben whispered quietly to his teddy bear, telling him about his day, his dreams, and his favorite moments. Toby listened softly, not needing to speak, just offering warmth and quiet love. Slowly, Ben's eyelids became heavy. His breathing grew calmer, deeper, and as Ben fell asleep, Toby stayed right beside him, gently holding on to Ben's dreams and guarding them until morning. The teddy bear had waited all day for this quiet moment. Just a simple hug, just a warm feeling, but it was the best part of Toby's day. As Ben dreamed sweetly, Toby felt peaceful too. He knew tomorrow would be another day of quiet waiting. But he didn't mind, because every night the soft hugs always returned, gently and quietly, just as he hoped. Now, little dreamer, it's your turn to close your eyes. Maybe you have your own teddy bear waiting gently beside you.
Good night. Sleep tight.